Welcome back, everyone, to another playbook. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to join us into our fun, dramatic sessions that you can see some of our players doing some conspiracy boards on. Yes, right there.
It's excellent.
Please don't forget that we are still doing for the rest of the month the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention charity. Every little bit helps. Our goal is to get up to $1,000. And if you have any questions or if you want to donate at all, the link is right beneath the screen on our homepage. Just look for our dragon symbol with the LGBTQ plus colors on it, and it'll have all the links there if you're confused on what it is or if you're just curious about any more details that you don't already know. That being said, I think that's it. So let's get right into it. All right. I forgot to mention, too, that a lot of things are updated on our socials. So if you have a hard time watching this on Twitch or YouTube, we do have all the way up to episode 14 on both campaigns on Spotify, and I'm starting to get that caught up. So if you want to listen to this while you're in the car, on the road, or anything like that, we will get that updated very shortly. Last time, after inhaling whatever toxin was in the body of the magical cloak, Gaju got transferred into his future body, trapped both magically and physically in some room that has been slowly but surely torn up by hell itself. Not fully seeing everything, whether it's the magic itself or whatever your future self was already going through, things were coming in bits and pieces. You're confronted by the man who you originally chased, simply just considered the concealed one, along with a large, overgiant-sized devil taking his place on a throne in the background. Eventually, you found out that your sole purpose for really being here is to convince Dahlia to complete a ritual to allow 7 devils to transfer into this realm. Things happened. A battle ensued. With the help of Zephinia and Gladdolin, you were pulled back, but it seemed like no matter what happened, the future fate of Dahlia was set. But you were told by Gladdolin that even though Khalid will fall, events can change. He can't tell you why, he can't tell you how, but it might not be Dahlia if you're able to take this information into account. As you get pulled back, he lets you know that without fully seeing it in full, he has to leave. He can no longer give you his support. He defied his own laws to pull you back, defying fate, destiny itself, breaking a law that he's supposed to be the number one person to police. Therefore, disappearing as he's holding your hands and vanishing. And that's where we left off. So, with that, immediately as bits and pieces of him start falling away like fey dust, just flying off in the wind and eventually disappearing, like embers eventually just putting themselves out. The last bits, as you see the last tiny bits leave your hands, Dahlia, you feel this sort of emptiness. Almost like a piece that you never knew existed, that's part of you, has now permanently left you. You didn't know it was there, but now it's gone.
Does this feel similar to when Cocopio left?
This is different. This is almost kind of a true attachment that's now been disconnected. When you left, when you and Cocopio separated, or at least made in that path, you never really truly had a full connection to begin with. You were one of thousands of patrons, thousands of clerics and paladins that exist. This disconnection for Gladdolin is felt like you are the only one. You know there are many others out there, but this is a closer This was a much dearer and closer connection than the Cocopio. Cocopio wasn't easy to just let go of the hand. This is a rip from your chest, almost like cutting off a limb.
I stare down at my hands in stunned silence, and I don't even look at the other two, and I just go, what happened? What happened?
By the way, everybody is back. Gaju, you are here. You have grasp and breath. You are not injured. Whatever happened is no longer taken hold of you. And you are back to essentially full health. You do feel like phantom pains, but they're not truly there.
Is everybody all right?
All right is a loose term.
Is everybody here? And them?
Where did you go?
Dahlia?
I look at Gaju. Where did you go?
He kind of looks like he's going into shock right now. And he's not really able to get any words out.
Maybe we should get back.
Alright, let's get back to the inn.
What happened? She starts to get a little more stern, and her hands are shaking a bit, and she's looking between them both, and I don't understand.
I don't either, and I agree. I think we need to get back, and I can't process it right now. I need time, but we should get back
Before we get spotted. Give them some breathing. We have as much time.
I'm gonna kind of glance over at Dahlia every so often, just with like a lot of sadness in my eyes, and just shake my head. I can't talk about it right now.
despite everyone being either super quiet or solemn, her jaw is clenched right now. Because she's feeling a little upset that Gladdlin's gone. She hasn't said anything yet. And she's just wringing her hands as she walks, and she's just staring at the ground.
Ren's bird apparates again and is just gonna do a wide circle, just pulls out a shadow and then takes up in the air, and Ren's gonna check, make sure there's nobody around through their return path back to their room.
Okay.
You trying to hide that, Dahlia, or no?
Everybody and making sure they're walking steady, making sure they're functioning.
Roll me a perception for your bird, please. Keep an eye out.
Got it. I am gonna warg into the bird so I can look.
Got it.
My stats are...
Yeah, then roll your stats. Yeah.
26.
Through the path back, most people, even the ones that were still having their last drink as you guys made your pathway there, have mostly left. There's a couple stragglers, but they're no longer at the fires. They're also walking towards their specific rooms. Some a little more slouched, probably had too rough of a night. But there's no one else other than the regular soldiers that are walking around. There's no one else.
Ren's eyes clarify and they look around at everyone. The path back is clear. Try to keep your head down. Last thing we need is to be isolated out. It's participating in unusual behavior.
I start walking back in silence.
I was asking if, Dahlia, if you're trying to hide that, like, emotion or not.
No, not at all. She's not happy.
Okay. I would say that Apollo recognizes kind of that, like, frustration, something's wrong, kind of like an anxiety, nervous twitch kind of thing. Just from personal experience. And would kind of, like, quietly try to, like, get next to her and just, without being too loud, just be like, Dahlia, are you okay, Dahlia? It seems like something's wrong here.
Everything's wrong. I don't know what happened. I don't know where my god is. No one's telling me anything. I don't know. I'm tired.
I understand. We're gonna get answers. I don't know what you mean by where your god went, but they'll talk, and it's okay. We're here. It's okay. And like he's gonna kind of like put a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, he better talk. I'm tired of being alone.
You're not. Not anymore. He just kind of gives one of those like half-ass like.
She sees it out of the corner of her eye, and she just gives like a tiny smile, but she's like not feeling it. But she appreciates it.
Anything, and I guess one thing I guess that always kind of I see makes you chuckle, but I'm a duke, and like walks away.
Not Duke, fuck. Before he walks away, she whispers back, and she just says, "I think the others may need your help more than me right now. Just make sure they're okay."
I will, but I'll need each other. And I'll kind of just move with the group, and I'm gonna stick kind of like backing off to the side a little bit to kind of watch everybody
Okay. I'm not taking.
DM, did we all see Gladdolin? That
Yes.
thing that happened, or was
You did see the after effects of Gladdolin. Like you from anybody who was not pulled through the actual fate, the rest of you would have seen about like the last 15 seconds of Gladlin's time here. Mostly holding on to Dahlia as he disappears. Not like he died, it's just something else.
I just
Could I
out
attempt?
front?
Can I attempt an Arcana check? I'm sorry.
I was
What?
just gonna say I'll scout ahead a little bit. Sure,
Okay.
it's clear as we.
Okay.
Just to understand maybe what would have happened with Gladdolin, with Dahlia saying it's not here anymore. He's not here anymore.
Because Gladden's not physically here, you'd have to name of what you're using Arcana check on. Do you want to check it on Dahlia? Do you want to check it on?
So, like, what happened? She's like, he's not here anymore, and then like we see in that last few minutes of him kind of
Okay.
popping from existence.
I mean, taking the little bit of knowledge that a little bit of imagery you saw, yeah, you could give me an Arcana check or religion check, one of the two.
16.
16. This being a god, it's a little bit different than magic, but it kind of looks like almost kind of like a failed spell. The feeling of it kind of feels like if somehow you that got disconnected from your source of magic. Maybe like if you couldn't, what would happen to your spells if you no longer had your books, or what would happen to a wizard's spells if they didn't have their staffs? It feels like they're using the last bit of their power.
Got it.
No obstacles are in your way. You don't really see anything ahead. Most people have gone back in. You do make your way back to the courtyard of the inn. If you all choose to head up to your rooms, this is completely up to you.
I assume that's what we're doing. I just kind of continue to keep an eye on everybody as we go up the stairs and stuff, assuming that we do.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as most people are in their rooms, I'm gonna just turn to Gaju. Do you mind stepping aside just for a few minutes?
What's
Just-
happening?
We'll be right back. We're not going far.
All right, be careful.
Okay. Everybody else goes in their rooms, minus those two.
Ren does not go back in the room. Ren has a phone.
Ren has a what? It cut out.
A phone call to make.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually gonna go in the other room with Dahlia. And wait, Zephania, are you going in our room or? do we
There
wanna-
are-
Trying to
there-
remember the rooms I have.
Your
It
room
was-
has Treya in it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Our
And
room
Treya
I was
is
in with
still
Dahlia.
asleep, by the way.
She is okay.
Mhm.
I was gonna say I was gonna check on Treya.
Yep, she's still asleep.
All right. I think we should kind of gather in the other room and I don't know, make sure everybody's all right. Dahlia, you okay?
I'm sorry. She immediately goes in the room and sits on the bed and looks like she's about to attempt to pray because she is just wants to commune with Gladdolin, especially while the others are out. And she just closes her eyes and she says, "I'll find out."
All right. I was Dearest Inspire is about to put her arm around her, but lets her have that space.
Okay.
I'll just go sit on my bed on the other side.
The night is yours. Whatever you'd like to do.
I'll let them go first.
Who can? I'm sorry.
Thank you too.
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of nod my head for Gaiju to follow, and just kind of. I don't want to go too far, but I want to go out of earshot of anybody that can be listening.
There are like corners and like kind of where Gaju, you were communicating to your contact. There are small spots that unless someone's specifically watching you, you do have a sort of privacy, at least from sound.
Take one of the small spots, and I'm not gonna sit. I'm gonna like move around, and I'm very jittery.
Okay.
Do you think that's the future we have to look forward to?
I want to say no. But I think it is.
There's gotta be a way to change it. I can't have our future look like that.
I know.
I don't know what path we're going down, but there's gotta be a way to change it.
Owen told me that events can't change, but details can.
Events can, or events can't.
Maybe there's something we can do. I don't know.
Maybe she doesn't have to be the catalyst for this. Maybe there's something else. I can't say I understood what happened, but I don't know.
There were two options. She was just one of them.
Scared to ask, but what was the other option?
Me.
That can't be right. There can't just be two options. There can't. There's details. They said details can change. We can change that. We've got to. We can't tell them. I don't... If we tell them, do you think they'll go down that same path? Do you think they'll try and stop it? Is that what's gonna start it?
All of my people's legends say that the actions done to prevent a fate are usually what cause it. I don't know what would happen if we told her, if we told the others, if I tried to change anything. I don't know.
You looked different. Both of you looked older. I stayed the same. Maybe the future wasn't planning on me seeing it. Maybe there's still hope. There's some way to avoid it.
The fires of Colette will still blow.
Maybe you both don't have to be there. It might still burn, but the details of you both can have a different ending. We keep this between us. This is not information anybody should know about their future.
Perhaps. But Dahlia should know that she should be wary of her grandfather. That she can't trust him for any kind of help.
Small details.
We have time before this happens. We'll deal with it then.
And we avoid any course leading up to it. Good night, Gaiju.
Good night.
I'm gonna walk back to the room now.
Okay.
I'll kind of shadow after her and then slip into the other room.
Okay. Rest of the group. Anything else you are all doing within your respected areas?
Well, I am still sitting in somebody else's room, so.
Ren, did you have something that you wanted to do?
Ren would have sort of let everyone split off into the rooms and, noted that the two of them were going away but not followed them whatsoever, and then dipped the opposite direction to cast Sending. Before I do that, though, can you tell me, based on... I made a really good roll about the origins of that cloak and what it was originally used for. Would I know what it's called?
The cloak itself, based on the materials...
Like, we talked about what it had been used for and the fact that its magic could probably be tracked.
Yeah.
Because they were very few of them ever made, and so I'm wondering if Ren would know what that's called, or would have some sort of...
I'd say you won't know what it's called, but you know where it would probably come from. You know that
So if I was describing it to another person who would know about it, what's something that Ren would have called it, like colloquially or something?
Well, probably call it the... I don't really have like a side name of what you would call it, but you would know it's made from some of the finer craftsmen of Nelithir.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires a very high arcane knowledge, usually made by a wizard, to make. So, I do have a name for it, but it's a name that you wouldn't know what it's actually called.
I don't.
Yeah, so...
But its remind me, its primary purpose when it was first made was to do what?
Usually to basically be like a simple disguise kit. Basically,
Yeah,
just allow
like-
you to look like somebody else, while like basically be fully shadowed while you're
Right.
within
Allow
the cloak.
you to essentially have like a double of yourself, like an echo. I think.
Essentially, yeah. You can create yourself a double. This version essentially is allowing yourself to pull yourself into another version of yourself. Instead of creating a version, you're combining yourself with another version of yourself, essentially. But
And originally, it was kind of used more like in like the underworld, like crime syndicates would use stuff.
kind
like
of,
that, right?
yeah. You would know that a lot of it was used by a lot of thieves to create copies of themselves. So they didn't have to risk getting caught. But it does have its limitations. You do know it has its limitations. You do know that as being the echo itself is very similar to being an echo for a echo knight. It can only carry so much in weight. It can only do so much, but its power is a lot more enhanced. Someone can essentially control it on its basic form up to about a mile away. It looks more realistic than an echo knight. It can you essentially control it like a VR machine. Like it's like a full astral projection of yourself, but it is just wearing the cloak. All
right, that's enough.
Okay.
That's all I need.
All right.
So yeah, they'll manifest their bird, and then for a alarm system, and they'll move into a shadow and move their finger over their ring, their right hand, and cast sending.
Okay. And which one are you contacting? You don't have to say a name, but there's two different people that you have kind of as a.
I thought this only goes to one person. This specific spell. This specific ring has a partner, does it not?
It can do to both. They're both attuned to it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, reporting specifically for why I'm here to them.
Okay.
So they'd say something basically. Barely arrived. Strange evidence of unknown schools of chronomancy. Encountered someone using subterfuge devices, echo cloaks that I've only seen or heard of, rarely, in certain circles. Know anything about that? And that's it.
Okay. A few seconds go by. Glad to hear you call. Chronomancy. That is quite a disturbing word to hear. As far as this cloak you speak of, I feel like I know what you're speaking. The maker of this item has far since passed, but we can research on who has learned the traits, learned the secrets. What did you find out due to the chronomancy?
I can only do this once, right?
Unless you want to cast another.
Or is it a link?
Oh, right,
I
because
can
this is
only
connected
use
to
it
them.
once a
So,
day.
yeah, you can only
Yeah.
you can only do it once a day unless you want to put a spell slot into it, which I don't believe you have spell slots.
But if they want to
They're
cast
pushing it back
sending
to you,
me,
so it's fine. Yeah, so they're
Okay.
reconnecting it back to you, so you're fine.
nothing yet. Other than the fact that I think there were a specific target. I'm going to see what I can find out. I'll keep you updated.
Before the connection gets terminated, you just hear, "Keep true." That's all I can ask.
Always. Always.
Okay. Anyone else? I'm assuming people
And
switch
I'll
between
go back to the room.
Okay.
That I was in, which is I think where Dahlia is now,
Mm-hmm.
and Dira
And Apollo.
I'm like starting to make my way in, but
Okay.
not bothering.
I have to fix my camera. I can take myself seriously if I wear that and try to be serious. So the moment that they all step out, she's going to sit on the bed in her meditative pose, and she's going to try to contact Gladdolin herself.
Okay.
Religion check?
You can either give me a religion check or a wisdom check. Gladdolin is a god of wisdom.
Which one is beefier? Ugh, religion. Let's do that. You know what? We'll just roll on here.
Ooh.
You motherfucker.
So
9.
you're putting everything you can into this. Take whatever you can
And
to
if-
try to get to slate him in. What was that?
The longer it takes for her to reach and he doesn't answer, the angrier she gets.
Okay.
And she says, "You're not gonna do this to me too. You're
Okay.
gonna answer me."
5 minutes go. You're trying to focus as hard as you can. No response. Not even a bit of a tug. Another 5 minutes go. You're feeling no connection. Nothing. You don't even feel as if when you were trying to revive Sophia and someone just jumped into the call. You're not getting anything. Keep trying. As you get more frustrated, you try harder. Give me another religion check.
A natural 20.
Natural 20. You push. You try. You give everything that you know, that you've been taught, that you have learned, and you focus. You try to relax. You try to calm yourself down. You feel like you're get the signal out. You feel like you can sense that he's out there. You can sense his presence. But compared to where you could still commune, no matter who you pray to, you could technically commune with any god if they allow you to. This feels like a physical impossibility. You can sense him, but to you, it's as if he's not processed as a god. Almost like there's no way you can commune to him this way. As you try to focus harder, you try to picture him. As you can see him in the distance, in his dragon form. Flying to somewhere within the sky. Looks like he's got a direction to go. A point. As you can hear a whisper in your head. I told you. We can't be connected anymore. I'm sorry.
Then tell me why.
I'm sorry. As you just see his wings do a large flap as he just takes off out of your sight and goes further into the clouds. As you get pulled back as you're almost like falling in from the sky. So you just fall back into your mind's eye and you just open up your eyes like he forced you to disconnect out of your meditation.
She gets up off the bed, and there's tears in her eyes, naturally. And she's trying to fight them off, but she is so angry right now. Her hands are balled into fists. And at one point...
Go ahead, let me finish describing.
At one point, before Dira can say anything, she picks up the crossbow that Gladdolin blessed and throws it across the room into the wall.
Dahlia, what's going on?
I don't know. I can't talk to him. He doesn't want to talk. And I didn't do anything this time.
I don't understand.
I don't either. And I feel like I'm supposed to know and I don't know. And I'm so fucking angry. What did I do?
You did not do anything. If there's anything I've learned, there's too much that we don't know. They got their own dramas going on. Seems like he's always kind of tangled up in weird shit out there anyway.
Well, it's first Cacopial, now him, and it's been only fucking 3 weeks. I think there's something I'm doing wrong.
You are definitely not doing anything wrong. I think we have a god problem in this world. And they got a lot of problems. And...
Good God, is it a problem?
But... You're definitely right to be angry. I feel like they expect us to solve what they can't. Or maybe they don't expect it. Maybe they just think it ain't gonna get solved. I don't know. But you did not do anything wrong. Alright?
She just starts crying and hugs Dira tightly.
Give her a big hug back. Hold on as long as she needs it.
That's a long time.
That's alright. Hopefully we won't have to get up too early.
I just totally saw him.
I think Ren walks in at this point and is like, hears the thud, waits, then opens the door. That was close. Dare I even?
Seems like Gladdolin ain't reliable. Which is, no offense, not all that big a surprise.
Sort of what I was thinking. No offense, Dahlia.
Just clenches her jaw and looks away. Just wiping tears, trying not to let people see her crying because she hates that. She's cried way too damn much.
I have no idea exactly how many deities you all wrapped up in, but it seems like a few more than most people have.
I never had any before I got tangled up in New Aberrant, and I feel like things were a little bit easier then. But suppose easy ain't necessarily what we're all looking for.
Would you say Gaiju and Zephynia have probably made it back by then as well?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's back at this point.
Okay.
You two alright?
I mean, as much as I can be.
Well, this danger.
Same shit, different day.
This is the same shit.
You know, shit hits the fan.
Fired.
Good job. Good job.
Fan privileges revoked. Day 1.
Oh, yo, it's real late.
Don't think I haven't
sure
noticed
they're
that you're not showing us what's on the other side of that fucking fan, Gravity.
Yeah, that has not
Oh,
gone.
It's nothing. It's blank.
Alright.
Yeah, that's not going to stay that way.
Yeah.
The
I'm
artist
borrowing the
blank.
girlfriend's friend, so
It's like the
'Cause we
artist
did
has
not
a
find one
blank
at
fan.
con.
That's not going to last.
that's true.
Y'all, it's real late. Ain't none of this going to get solved tonight. Best we can do is try to sleep. I expect they're going to bounce us out of bed pretty early tomorrow.
I won't ask what happened. But did he tell you anything? I look between the two.
Hey, Ryan, don't forget that you have Psychic Whispers on Gaju right now. I just
I
want to remind
fucking
you.
do.
For the tea. I just want to remind you.
I'll give them the chance to answer out loud.
Nothing.
It was nothing Gladdolin did.
Nothing you need to
Someone
know.
else.
That raised an eyebrow at Zephinia. What does that mean?
Same shit, different day. Nothing changes quickly.
But everything changes.
We can still make our own destinies. And I'm gonna head to my room.
I want to insight check her before she leaves.
Oh no.
I
I'm
got
not here to stop you. Just do it.
I was gonna do it too, actually.
The beer for this one. Joe, or insight checking Zephinia.
I heard
She's speaking
21.
in riddles.
21.
Oh.
What? I mean, Zephinia. I mean, you know, persuasion or
24.
Persuasion, or what was it?
or deception. You wanted to tell the group. You just gotta beat that number.
I'm not good at any of those. Sure, why not?
You! I swear! I swear! I can never win!
What'd you do? Get a natural
I
20?
can never win! Yes!
The dice will have their drama.
You!
Indeed, they will. We're up.
Wait,
Nothing
what did
you need to
get?
know right now.
Yep.
You choose your own destiny.
Motherfucker! Motherfucker!
And I'm gonna solemnly walk off to my room.
Motherfucker.
Good
I'm
day!
I have a plus 10 in
Say,
insight.
madam, I say, good day.
She crit, so there's no way. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah, there's no way. My rules are you quit, you win. So
I was saying it's 23, but never mind.
Shit.
Down.
Did you nat 20? I have a plus 10 and I've never been able to fucking win, I swear to God. I only can win against Silic, but we all know he's lying, so it's not.
This is what you get for hanging out with a bunch of professional liars.
Well, who's in what now?
At least a few.
I will watch Zephinia go, and then I'm gonna kind of like make my way into like the corner of the room and kind of like shakily start kneeling down. And as I kneel down, I'm going to shift into a cat. And you just see like a brown cat with like black socks and a black tipped tail, and he's just gonna curl up in a really tight ball.
Oh.
If Inia comes back and picks him up.
Kitty!
Cat A!
Before he does that, I will use the Psychic Whispers and just say anything else to add to him. As Zephinia walks out.
Too much. And nothing at all. All of the same. I need time. I'm sorry.
She looks down and looks hurt. Then she just nods, and all you hear is, when you guys want to stop speaking in riddles, I'll be here to listen. And she lays down on her side of the bed.
Yeah, when got you wild shapes, Deer just kind of looks back and forth with him. All right, good night. Take care. You hear?
Good night.
Heads over to our room.
Can I do one more thing before I go to sleep?
Sure.
When I get back to my room, I'm going to sit. I'm going to just stare at my tattoos and really focus on them and focus on Luna. And I'm just going to say, peace or war. Which decision was right?
You don't get a response.
I nod and I go to sleep.
Okay. Anybody not going to sleep?
Only briefly am I going to sleep. But, anyone in the room is welcome to make a perception check real quick.
You know Red is perceiving.
We're all perceiving.
Dirty 20.
Pretty 20.
Damn.
Fucking 5. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going to assume that fails. I don't even know what I would even roll against that. But, you see little tears running down his cat face.
Damn it, I wish I didn't bomb that. The dice are like, fuck your chicken strips over here. Like,
Okay.
But yeah, I can only wild shape for 3 hours, so I'm going to sleep in cat form for those 3 hours, and then after that I'm gonna do a thing, but
Okay.
I'll wait.
All right. All right.
When Apollo sees that, he's kind of like sitting up in bed, like he's kind of doing his curl up into a ball to sleep thing, and sees the little kitty tears. And just all of a sudden casts a mage hand, and we'll like guide you just like a quick like little down the back,
oh.
and then just kind
Aw.
of like curl up with his wing and like cover himself.
Okay.
Damn it, I don't think I saw that. I'll cry myself to sleep.
Oh no.
So
This is the sad bed over here.
during the first 3 hours, before we get to the point where your wild shape ends, I need Sophinia, Gaju, Dira, and Dahlia to give me insight checks.
Insight. Alright.
I did
21.
not do very
That is a
good.
natural 20.
Okay.
That's a 4.
That's a 5.
We're exhausted. We had a rough night.
Okay.
I'm apparently in hypervigilance mode.
Gaju, you're having your cat nap of sorts. Dreams are coming at you quite difficultly, but it's hard to make do of what they are. Nightmares that are hard to interpret. Sophinia, as you are going through these first 3 hours, the words keep plaguing your head as you're going through a sleep. No matter what dream or nightmare you have, the words of peace and war keep processing in your head, but they're being heard through 4 different voices. One of a young female, one of an adult female, one of a haggish lady of sorts, and another one of someone that sounds of nobility. But you keep hearing peace, war, but it's not like a statement. It's a question. It keeps going and plaguing through your head as if these 4 voices are the sounds of your conscience. But with that low check, it goes through so fast, you have no influence with them. Dahlia. You spent very little amount of time in this fateful future, but the effect presses on you. Between that, between Gladdolin leaving, just the whole heartache, even still having remnants of Cleric randomly leaving. You're going through just the worst forms of sleep. Nightmares that are mere minutes as they keep passing through. Not full length, but just countless short-term nightmares that just put that sweat on you in your bed. Till one hits you hard. You're back in the fire. You're frozen solid in the moment where your future self gives up her life. Time stops right in that last second. You see things now in this area that were not seen before. Things were going so hectic that they were impossible to notice until you stood still and looked. Where before it happened so quickly, you only saw a total of 4 or 5 of you. The devil, the concealed one, yourself, Siphinia, and Gaju. But now you see more. As if the smoke clears and you have time to look around. You see bodies all over. As if up to this point bodies were sacrificed, kept trying and going through. Some of them look like they fought back, some of them look like they were chained when they were sacrificed. One specifically grabbed your attention. An armor-clad warrior, a friend of yours, your fellow paladin. Laying there. Looks like her position was she was trying to defend either you or Gaju, and fell to the blade. You see other things. You see these doors sitting here, as if the spell to conjure them was still existing. Give me one perception check on the doors.
I swear to God, that was a motherfucking 7.
Compared to before,
Thanks,
you're
Joe.
not able to really see clearly. You're not able to fully see these doors, but you're able to see that each door represents something. One obviously represents light, one represents darkness, one seems to represent the beginning of something. But what that means, you don't know. And time just, it never stopped, it was just slowly moving forward until it just catches up so quickly until the body that you take over just goes through its death. Until you would eventually wake up, but we're not at that point yet. Dira!
Sir, yes, sir.
Your sleep is different than usual. Going through maybe probabilities in your head as you're sleeping. What's going on? What's happening? What do we need to plan for? What do we need to do? Do I need to do something? Until you eventually get pulled into this world of white. You first off think that it's the morning. You wake up, everybody's still sleeping, but the world is nothing but white. Just an eeriness. But also a source of radiance. You're unable to tell. But you're free to move in this world. You're in your inn right now. But everybody is asleep. It's quiet outside. It's almost like the white of snow is outside. There's a slight wind to the air. Also like a hint of how wind hits a chime. And you almost hear like a note playing through. Almost like a quiet symphony in the air. Both eerie, but yet magical at the same time.
Quietly get up and go out and just stand on the outside gallery just outside our door.
Okay.
I'll look toward where I know the headquarters is, the center of the kingdom. Do I see anything?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh yes, my specialty. 10.
Looking towards that direction, nothing grabs your attention. This world is weird. You know you're in a dream. Or at least someone's pulling you somewhere. You know whatever this is isn't real. Whether it can harm you, you have no idea. But you just know this isn't the real world. Everything is how it is, but the weather is different. In Sagaria, it always is raining more times than not. This rain has now turned into almost like an aggressive fey dust falling down.
Put my hand out and catch some of it. Just kind of rub it between my fingers.
You can feel energy coming from it. The energy that you would use to channel any of your magical implements and your powers, your lay on hands. You can sense whatever this magic is the kind of power that you have to channel to be able to use what you need to use to fight or just to live.
Somebody there?
Behind you, you hear a wisping in the wind back towards the southern parts of the island. You just hear a slight movement with also some dragon by it. If you look towards that direction, you do see what looks like a tall angel walking. Looks at you, stares at distance. You can't make them out from this point. They just look like a long-winged angel. Even from this distance, you can't tell by physical looks what their physical male or female what they are, but you can see the large wings are almost dragging across this fey snow that's being created. So they just look at you and start heading towards the harbor. So start walking slowly towards the harbor.
Take a deep breath and follow.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
That is a 10 plus 10.
Okay.
Just a 10.
Something about you is finding this familiar, but it's strange at the same time. You know you felt this before, but you felt it's almost as if it's a feeling that you've much forgotten. You can't place it, but it feels also familiar and very comfortable. you almost feel that whatever's happening around you is also making you feel stronger. Makes you feel like you're almost being blessed. You start walking out in that direction. You can't really keep up until you eventually see down on the shoreline, on the very docks, and then onto your ship. You see in the head of the ship, you see the angel standing there, just looking out the water. Just standing there. Just watching the water. Do you follow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hello?
Start getting closer to the ship. So you get to like that point, when you're looking at something and eventually just something just gets in your way for 1 second. Just like blocks your way. Maybe it's like a pillar or something. And then as you pass by, she's gone. You start looking around. You just hear something flying behind you, floating so gracefully. As you just hear feathers. You turn around. You look up as you see a visage that you swore you had never seen in your life. And you much thought this would never happen. 4 wings, long golden hair. You thought this was not a thing, but you see what Cacopial is supposed to look like as she's floating above you. Long pearlescent dress, as her wings just are flying there in her grace, as this is what you were told that Cacopial is supposed to look like. As she slowly lands, due to the length of her wings, they have to kind of almost drop this side of the deck. They just kind of hang there. She stands with grace. Tie her boots on, standing about with heels and a bit of armor. Probably about 6'3", not including the height of the arch of her wings. Greetings.
Hello? How is this happening?
I felt distress in you. I know we have never talked, but there are moments where even a simple paladin can always use some help. She just walks a couple steps towards you. As you can just almost feel the radiance coming off of her. Almost like a 20-foot radial blessing just zooming off of her. You can feel your weapons and your armor and your shields almost if they have any kind of charges to them, almost have like the max potential proficiency as possible. She just puts her hand on your shoulder. What ails you, my child? What puts you in such a stress?
I was told this couldn't be.
What could
I
it
was
be?
told they broke you.
Who told you such a malnomer? I am here. Am I not what you wanted? Is this not the visage of what you've been praying towards?
It looks that way. What is it you want?
You've already given me what I want. You are a knight. You are a paladin. You are a sword and shield to my name. What is it that you want? What is it? What the heck are you doing, Apollo?
Conspiracy note.
I'm here for you. You have put up shield, you have swung sword. I've been feeling a bit of distance from you, but that is no worry. Many times swords get dull, shields get bent. Let me help you point yourself in the right direction. You look lost. You look less of hope. You look not of what I expected or what I would demand of my knights. It's nothing of your fault, but what can I do to relieve this? What can I do to help you?
I thought it was on us to help you. To see. I swore an oath. To be true. To protect. To not flinch when things are hard. I keep that. What I want is to be sure that the name I swore it in holds those same values.
No values have been lost. I am still the goddess of moon and stars. I am still the essence of the Aberrant Kingdom. Firstborn. I am still what I've always been. Nothing has changed.
And why does the kingdom follow a different path?
What path would that be?
Destruction, victims, boots in the face, no care for those at the bottom.
I can't control every servant. I can't control every warrior. I can only hope that the ones beneath me can help guide the ones beneath them, and thus forth.
It's those at the top making the wrong choices.
Those ones will be dealt with. Properly, of course. But I'm not one to slight in those names, but I'm not one to also push people to such ill will. Do not blame me for the dark hearts of many of your fellow soldiers. Just keep yourself as you've always been.
I intend to.
She starts walking around you. Occasionally a boat gets in her way, so she has to kind of a couple wings on one side kind of like lift up as arms, like limbs, as you have to kind of like cross over like something in your way to kind of move around. I still feel a bit of distance from you.
Ask again. How can this be?
I do not understand how it cannot be.
I've seen your shadow. I've seen whatever you call Luna. I've seen a little girl in a cage. All the potential. None of the knowledge. I've heard of a woman earthbound like us at the head of the kingdom. All these are separate. How are you here and whole? Are you whole?
I am as you see me. I am always how I've been. Copial. Goddess,
Then where have you been?
I've been here. Just because you haven't heard me doesn't mean I haven't been here. There are many, many, many warriors and citizens that ask for my voice. But I can only speak to someone at once, and the job is not easy. But you were here. Sagaria.
I'm here.
Planning to go to war.
Why?
That's up to you. I don't know why you plan to. I assume that you do it for the right reasons.
Why does the kingdom at war?
Peace and justice.
They don't tell us. What's that mean? What justice is there in the things I've heard?
I'm not quite sure what you heard. But, like I said, I
things
can't
I've
dictate
seen.
every small factor.
They're words. Words don't mean nothing. Why are they at war? What does peace mean in your eyes?
A unified realm. One under just a single leader, not multiple kings and queens dictating their own land. I want you to be there. I want you to be a knight of this one realm, one land, one king and queen. I don't want you to lose your faith, your link to us. And I feel it slowly breaking. Links of a chain starting to snap. I'd rather mend those before they become too rusted and too bent out of shape. We cannot have any broken links in our kingdom. This war is only that just because the other nations did not accept our proposal. We wanted
And what was that?
We wanted the rule. We wanted the rule under one king and one queen. And at that time, none of them wanted to do it. None of them wanted to do it. But when I allowed Oberyn to take up the mantle, and when he wanted to call himself king, that's when they decided to fight. They didn't want to rule. They just didn't want him to rule.
Why?
Why what?
Why don't they want him? What's wrong with him?
I don't think it's him. I think it's the fact that a kingdom of ours that was assembled in a day is an insult to them that wants to rule over kingdoms that have taken lifetimes to assemble. And I don't blame them. An adult doesn't want to serve a kid. But I wouldn't have given Oberyn this ability and this army in his kingdom if I didn't think he was able.
So he's able and he's willing. Is he right?
It's right by me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You can see a bit of confusion.
I asked Luna if she could learn. I told the little one, hold on to that concern, that compassion. It's easy to forget other people. They got their own concerns. They got their own lives. You know, back at the Gap, Duncan Antery, he thought, making all the decisions, ruling everybody, that was the answer. Brought in the money, brought in the prestige, thought he was better, told his son he was better. I remember him running around like the rest of us till he was about, 7 or 8. Decided one day he mattered more. What he wanted mattered more. It was never true. When New Averant came, took the mine away from him, never occurred to me to wonder where he is now. You say you don't blame them for not wanting to change what they've built, but you want to take it away anyway. What do we have? So much better. Because so far I ain't seen it.
She just kind of reflaps back her wings, kind of like someone lifted up their cloak and relaxing it behind themselves. Then I have only a few questions for you. 2 to 3, depending on your answers.
Very well.
She starts pacing around you, doing a slow, elongated stride. If these questions plague you, why'd you join?
It looked like the way to get people heard. It looked like the way to get people safe who don't have a way to protect themselves. Looked like a lot of things. Ain't looking like that so much no more.
Very well. Then why are you here? Why are you in the final spot that would lead you to the front lines? If you want to save lives, why are you going to go and take them?
Haven't seen a better option so far. Anywhere we went, anywhere we looked, anywhere we turned.
Very well. Then I have one last question for you. As she just steps behind you and just whispers in your ear, peace, and then she shifts over near there, or war.
I don't think much of what you think is peace. If war's the only other way, I'm not sure where I'll land.
She kind of turns her back to you, kind of walking off. You can kind of hear kind of thoughts going on. Paladin that is competing against the rules and rights the god has set in motion. She walks back to you with grace. A couple of feet, a little more grace. Give me a perception check.
Oh, that's not gonna be good. 6.
Okay. Can we repeat with grace until she walks up to you, and then she starts moving at fast pace, and you just see this arm stretch out to you, get dark, and grab you by the neck. I offered you a seat And you start seeing her face start turning decrepit, and her wings start to turn black as we remembered. I offered you what you wanted, what you signed up for, but apparently you're not the paladin that I thought you were. As she starts clenching onto your neck.
You're not the god that I swore to.
We're gonna come back to you.
Oh shit! Fucking time!
Before we continue, we're gonna take a break. And we'll be right back. So, we're gonna take a bathroom break. We'll be right back. 10 minutes. We'll see you guys in a bit. Don't go far. This is gonna get good. All right. So, with you are currently being restrained, being grabbed by the neck by this god. 3 hours have passed. Gaju, you revert back into your Gaju form. What would you like to do?
I think he's going to probably spend a little bit of time just kind of sitting there, like thinking about what led up to the whole thing and his discussion with his patron. And he's going to decide that there's not much that he can do right now about the other situation, but there is something he can do right now. And do I need to do a check to see if anyone else is awake right now?
Who's in the room with you? Which room are you in? We got Ren, we got Dahlia, and we got Apollo. I mean,
yeah.
If you want to check to see if any of them are awake, yeah, you can give me just an investigation check to look around to see if anybody is stirring or if anybody has got their eyes open or anything like that.
Oh boy. You said investigation?
Correct.
Or
investigation.
Where is my stat? That is a whopping 6.
I mean, it seems like they're asleep. I mean, they're in the long rest. They can't meditate like you can. It seems like they're all out.
I was assuming that I can't meditate while in cat form, so
okay.
So it'd be more like a short rest for me.
Sure.
I'm going to sneak over to Dahlia's backpack.
Okay. All right. Give me a stealth check.
Stealth 16.
Okay. Yeah.
My passive perception is 17. Just putting that out there.
But would it be the same if you're sleeping? Like, would you?
Yeah. Mechanically in D&D, yes, but if Ren hears Gaju doing anything, they're not going to do anything about it.
Okay.
Fair enough. If I don't see that anyone else is up, I'm going to reach into her bag and pull out her sending stone for Cleric.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to pocket it.
Is the sending stone in the bag, Dahlia? It is? Okay. All right, you got sending stone.
Alright. And he definitely doesn't do this willingly, but he thinks right now it's the only choice. And he's gonna kinda... I don't want this to sound creepy, but he's gonna, like, watch her for a few minutes, just make sure she's doing okay, and then he's going to just, kind of sit down at the base of the bed and just, like, rest an arm and his head on the other side of the bed, so it's not right next to Dahlia, but just to keep an eye, and then he's going to finish his rest.
Okay, so you're going to do your meditation?
I always feel like somebody's watching.
I think the only people that are with Dira is Treya and Sophia then? Is that the only two people? Alright, so... Sophia, what's your passive perception?
It is 11.
Okay, and Treya's is only 14. Okay, so as you go back and do your meditation, you go back into Dira's world. As you're being pulled up, you start to see this world change, where it was a arcane world of what looked like stardust, snow, kind of a mixture. The world is starting to blacken. The snow itself is starting to turn like ash. The light that glares in through the clouds starts to turn dark. As you see nothing but a blood moon in the far distance. So you just see her elongated arms just grab you and start pulling in tight. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
$16.
Okay. So she keeps pressing in tighter. As you can feel like you're trying to break free, but then she just clenches on tighter. She just looks at you, kind of like a, now seen all decrepit, it almost looks like a raven cocking its head. She just looks at you confused with this blank stare and these black and crimson eyes. She just grabs you tight and just tosses you back down into the land. As you can see her wretched wings start to flap up. As you can hear her voice bellow. I offered you a chance. One that I don't offer many so easily. But you decide to just refuse my offer so simply and so nonchalantly.
You deserve to be whole. You deserve to learn from your mistakes.
I don't need to learn anything. Mistakes, I don't make none. This world will fall, and only a select few will survive. You apparently do not want to be one of those. As she starts flying closer to you as she's talking. What do you want to do?
That's a very good question. My options are very limited. Yeah, I am gonna try something a little nuts, but that's kind of what I've got right now. I am going to use a channel divinity, turn the unholy.
Okay. Remind me what that does again.
Censor fiends and undead. Each fiend or undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Okay, she's
either of those things.
She's not a fiend or undead, unfortunately, no.
Yep, that's what I have. Yeah.
At this point, she lands on the ground. She starts walking to you. As you can start seeing the blueness of the water start turn crimson of blood. I showed you the gallant of what I used to look like, but apparently you don't want to see that. So I'm also show you my true intentions. As she just stretches out her arms and she starts absorbing the energy of the blood around her. As you can start seeing it like flow through her veins as she starts growing and getting bigger. So you start to see like her wings start stretching out and elongating. As they no longer are feathers, but they turn into large demonic wings. Her skin starts to turn black and red as she starts to grow about 8 large devilish horns on her head. She just looks at you. Remember, you were given an option. As she merely just swings her wings away as you just wake up from your sleep. Everybody around you is still technically sleeping. You've gotten 4 hours in, so you would have had a short rest. But you do feel a pain around your neck. You do actually, if you look in front of a mirror, you do see like the markings of where she actually grabbed you.
Okay, was there any damage?
No, I didn't have her do any damage to you. She was mostly using it as an intimidation factor.
Okay. I am not going back to sleep after that. I am just gonna... I'm gonna sit up. I can't... that's... Treya is in the bed. That's right. Treya is in the bed with Zephinia because I tried to get her to come in the one with the person who does not have wings that need space, and she didn't do that.
Nope.
So I'm just kind of sit up, pull my knees up. I am thinking about the little girl I saw. And I don't want to ask her for help so much as I want to reach out to her and say, you can be better. No matter what hurts you, no matter how scared you are, remember, you can be better.
Okay.
And I am just going to kind of sit there and shake for a while.
Okay.
And why is my camera doing the thing again?
After about an hour, as you're holding yourself and doing whether it's a cradle or anything like that, you start to notice in a matter of a minute, you start to notice like over like your wound, you start to feel a little bit of a glow. And as you touch it, you notice that some vines are growing around you. As you notice that Treya's woken up and it's like looking at you, and she's just casting a healing spell on your wound.
Hi.
You okay?
I didn't mean to wake you.
It's okay. I've been sleeping for a while. What happened? Are you okay?
I don't know. I just gotta look at her. How much do you know about Kokobiel and her history?
She like looks at you. She like thinks for a second. I mean, not much. Not much of a. I believe in stuff, but I all that God nonsense is kind of annoying to me. No offense to you, but I know what most people know. I know what most people know. I know that she's supposed to be the goddess of the moon and stars, and I know she plays a very important role, bigger than most gods, but outside of that, I never really took in the time.
Well, that was me not too long ago. Turns out it's a little more complicated than that. She's kind of in pieces right now. I think that's
Okay.
that's the big thing the kingdom don't want people to know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if they had one god and their god was in pieces, I'm sure they wouldn't want to tell their people about that.
From what I heard, the other gods did it to
Oh.
stop her from, I don't know, starting everything over, wiping clean what was done before, from being a spoiled child. I think they made it worse.
She looks at you as if like she doesn't understand, but she's still there to like listen. And she puts her hand on one of your hands.
That probably ain't making no sense. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Just because I don't get it, don't mean that I'm not gonna listen. It's I'll like I said, I might I don't get it. But if there's any part of it that I do understand, I'll respond. But otherwise, just use me as a wall. Like, something will click.
I think they made a mistake. I think there was a better way to stop her from doing what she said she wanted to do. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But she can't learn, she can't make better choices if she ain't whole.
She just looks at you and she kind of like puts her hands on yours. But that's not your problem. She's a big girl. She's from what I understand, one of the oldest gods around. If she can't figure out her own crap, it's not your responsibility to deal with it.
She ain't really her right now. And seems like as long as people, seems like nobody who knows that wants it to change. I don't know. There was a picture of a god, and what I was told she wanted, that made sense. If it's a lie, I don't know who wants that. Does anybody want that? Does anybody want people to listen to the folks at the bottom? Does anybody want to let people live their lives? Or are they all just going to be out here fighting over their land and fighting over control of folks that never asked for it? I swore to protect people. I swore to stand firm. I swore to tell the truth. I mean to keep doing that.
Well, then do that. You don't need to be part of this war to help save people's lives. There's a huge world out there and many others. They don't need to, their heroes and their knights and their paladins don't need to listen to some king just to do good. Just gotta do good because you want to do good.
Here. That makes the most sense. I think we gotta figure out where that is. And we gotta figure it out soon. Because I am not convinced that any of us knows. Your thing that you keep saying, that you need to be with us. Do you see anything of where that goes?
Look, between you and... she, like, hold your hands together. Between you and me, the visions I see always intersect your group. You go through, let's say, some weird shit.
So, Tuesday.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to get any better. I never see myself with you. I just see it happen. I don't know if me being here is necessarily going to do anything better, or if me being here is going to do anything at all, or if I'm even supposed to be here. I'm just doing what I think is right. And as far as the visions basically tell, it looks like you guys have... someone wants you all to do something. Otherwise, why would I be seeing you all? You all have a purpose. You all have a reason to be together other than just friends and loved ones. You all have a purpose to be together, and whether that's your choice or whether that is destiny, something's going to happen that you guys will have a great story to tell. Maybe it might be a long road.
Apollo will love that.
I'm sure he will. But I don't want to tell him
write it
that.
down.
I don't want to tell him that. I don't really want to tell anybody this. You know, I know that by simply telling somebody something that will happen could possibly negate its effectiveness. But like you said, you're honest. You only want to protect people. And I just want you to understand that no matter how hard the road may be, whether I'm with you or not, just remember that's all for something good. Even if it's all the way at the end. I wish I could tell you more. I don't
I hope
know
so.
what's going to happen. I don't know if you are supposed to be fighting this war. I don't know if you're not supposed to be fighting the war. I don't know if you're even supposed to be here. I don't see the big thing. I just see fights. I see battles. I see people loving each other, hating each other. I see the future of this group. I see so many different things. But I just don't see the end.
Well then, I guess you're on par with the rest of us for that. Anyway. Thank you. I just know we gotta find what we need to be doing. Where we're needed. I don't know if it's here. If it is, I don't think it's doing what they expect us to do.
Well,
I don't know what we're meant to be doing. We just gotta keep moving, I guess.
like I said, I will follow you guys wherever you want to go. But if you want to save lives, do you really think this is the way that you're supposed to be doing it? By going out to take other lives away? I mean, I get that there's probably a balance that needs to be had.
They never said what it is we're meant to be doing here. We're just supposed to be here. People keep talking about going out to take lives, going out to... I mean, I imagine, yeah, that's what you do in a war.
Well,
Till
maybe
we
this.
see what they want from us.
Maybe. I mean, maybe this freelancer thing that you guys are all part of. Maybe it's something different. Maybe you aren't going up to. Well, I'm sure that you're gonna have to kill somebody, but maybe you're not actually in the war. Maybe you are going to do specific things. But I mean, they wouldn't have you fully
told
armored.
us on this whole freelancer thing. He seemed to think it was great, and now he's gone. He can't do it no more. Maybe that's a sign.
Like I said, I mean, it's really up to what you, in your heart, truly believe. If you don't think this is what you're supposed to be doing or where you're supposed to be, you need to tell your friends about that. But if not, if you're unsure, then just keep going on your path until it feels wrong. Maybe Cleric was on his path too long until it finally just was too much for him, and he decided that one tipping point was just that one spot that just like I'm out of here kind of thing.
Yeah, well, seemed like it was real clear to him when he did have that point. Hopefully it'll be just as clear to the rest of us. Anyway.
Well, do you want me to stay up with you? I can stay up.
No, that's all right. I don't know if I'll try and get more sleep, but I'm just gonna rest.
Okay. All right.
A bit. Thank you.
Do you want me to? I can lay with you if you want. Does that? Is that something?
Nothing else. I think it might give Zafini a little more room for her wings.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to tell you last night. Come
Okay.
over here.
Sure. And she kind of comes lay on the bed and kind of like takes her little corner.
It's subconsciously like,
Their wings just like flap down and just hang off the bed. All right.
So I am not going to be able to sleep anymore, but I think I'm just going to lie there and let stuff turn over and over and over in my head.
Okay. 1 hour before everybody wakes up, Gaju, you're done with your meditation.
Okay. So about what time is it right now?
It'd be 9 in the morning.
I will get up and sneak out of the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a stealth check. This is literally shit that I'm training to know about.
Oh boy. 18.
You beat me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna try to go find a quiet place. And I'm gonna pull out the sending stone for Cleric.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't think I would get this far. Don't ask me how I know. But someone's watching Dahlia. If you want to keep her safe, contact me instead.
Immediately her response. The fuck? Wait, did you steal it from her? Am I supposed to contact you back on her stone?
You're a clever boy. You'll find a way to contact me.
Give me a perception check.
Oh boy. Perception 13.
13. No response happens. You say, clever boy, figure it out. No response. A couple minutes go. What do you do?
I don't remember exactly how her stone works, nor would I assume I would know how it works.
Okay.
I'm going to try to use it again and see if it'll work, because I know some stones only do once a day.
Mm-hmm.
The truth of the matter is, I'm trying to keep her safe. And they're trying to spy on her to get to you. Do your sister a favor.
At that point, you kind of get like a feedback from it, like at the end, as you immediately just hear something behind you. It's like, okay, I'm right here. You don't need to message me.
I turn around and I almost deck him.
Almost. He deserves to actually be decked.
What's going on? As you see him like standing there, like he's wearing a different outfit. You can see him wearing what looks like a mixture of greens and blues, and it looks like a long, like buttoned up, like full length coat, like a hood on the back and stuff like that. Is he just?
What the fuck are you doing here?
You were saying there was something wrong with her. What the fuck is going on?
Answer my question first.
I'm here for her. You said there was a problem.
There's a lot of problems.
God, it's every day is a freaking problem. What makes this one so special? As he looks down, it's like, fuck, as you can see some of the people are moving, it's like, let's go over here. As he goes over into the corner, everybody's been using it as their secret talk spot.
I will follow.
Okay. He like puts up like this hood that he's got on. As you can see, like immediately, like as you walk to him, he looks like a human version of himself. It's like, all right. So what's going on?
I can't tell you who. But they want to keep an eye on you. And they will do whatever means to find out where you are.
Okay, that's great. Why can't you tell me who they are? I mean, how am I supposed to do anything if I don't know who I'm supposed to protect myself from?
Are you asking for yourself or for the military?
I'm not part of the military.
Then why are you here?
You told me that there was a problem, and I came. She is my sister.
How the fuck are you here?
Pulls out his sword. The sword. You've seen me do stupid shit with it. I did it again.
I wasn't aware you could do long distance travel too.
I've been here before.
That would
a few
be
times.
fucking nice to know.
Also, you were communicating to me at the stone, so kind of knew where it was. As he just kind of like taps a stone. He's just like, let's just say there's a few things with the stone that I didn't tell Dahlia about.
Good. A word shall not be spoken here. Come with me. And I'm gonna start heading downstairs and towards the forest.
Okay, he follows.
Once we are a good distance away, I'll stop and kind of like check around, make sure nobody is like around.
Can I roll a stealth check from a bird who is outside doing what I
God
told
damn
you to do? Watching out for me like I stated earlier.
Sure.
So I need to do a perception check.
It'd be our passive perception.
Okay. Well, that's shit, so...
Hang on, I gotta remember what the bird stats are. Extras, familiar.
And I gotta fucking pull up Silic's sheet. Shit.
You didn't think he'd be back so soon, did you?
Nope.
I warned you!
You said the magic words. No bonuses on Dex, and its Dex is not that good. No bonuses on Stealth either. That's cocked.
Cacked.
Still terrible. They rolled a 5 after their bonus, so you definitely see their bird.
Okay, so he just got...
Yeah, my passive is 13, so the bar was on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have been not that far away from the place where we all are, so
Yeah.
just putting that out there.
Oh, I never saw the bird.
You never saw the bird. No, I summoned it when you were back.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
So Silic just doesn't look back at the bird, he just like looks at you, he's like, do you know there's a freaking like weird black bird following us? Like, don't look. It's like fucking weird. Like, why is it following us? Have you been making yourself animal friends?
I'm not that kind of druid.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of anything you are. I don't know.
Good, I keep you on your toes.
Yeah. So what? All right, we're in privacy.
Don't worry about the bird.
It's kind of just up there, just kind of hanging around. It's kind of freaking me the fuck out.
It's Ren's. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, there goes the privacy aspect.
They already know.
Okay. Well, spill. What's going on?
I didn't join the military because it was my last resort. I joined it because I'm a spy.
Okay. He just like looks at
My
you, like, all right.
My contact warned me about trusting you. And when I told him that you were out of the way, they asked me to spy on Dahlia. So, should she hear from you, I should let them know.
Your contact. Council member?
And how would you know that?
They're the only ones that have a problem with me.
And what would that be?
I created some problems. And, I got something they want. And,
Now it's your turn to explain, pretty boy.
well, no, that's not why I'm here. I'm only here for her. So if that's all you got, I'm just going to head back over and go check up on her as he starts walking off.
That's a great way to get decked in the face.
As he's just like, good fucking luck as he flips the bird at you as he walks away.
Not from me!
Okay.
She's already upset.
Oh, what?
Some
As he
shit
stops.
happened last night.
What happened?
Job.
A lot of things happened last night.
You really know how to really focus on a topic. All right. Well,
Okay, Mr. Patient.
he goes up and leans up against a tree. It's just like, all right, look. I only got a little time to be here. If any of these soldiers figure out I'm here, either A, they think their third general's here, and I gotta stick around. Or B, they found out I went AWOL. It's a problem. So, not to sound like an ass, but kinda need to speed this up.
Gladdolin is no longer helping Dahlia. She's on her own.
Fucking gods.
And, I saw something I probably shouldn't have last night. And I know that she's in a lot of danger with your grandfather.
He like immediately gets alarmed, drops off his hood as his ability ends as he turns back into his regular form. The fuck? Now I'm extremely intrigued. Is he here? Like, don't tell me who the fuck is here, motherfucker.
No.
The hell is he? As he starts like getting his sword ready.
Put that thing away. This time, she'll be much older. But he will sacrifice her. For whatever it is that is his cause. I will do everything in my power to keep her safe. But that's not going to be enough.
He just like starts pondering starts like thinking to himself. Just looks at you. At the moment, you all staying here? You're gonna go through with this?
I don't know where the others stand on it right now. I have one job to do for the council. And I have a 2-year time limit to do it. So unless you have information on Tafton, I'll be stuck here for a while.
That tiefling is your contact? That piece of shit noble?
I didn't exactly choose the bastard. Funny what happens in your fucking kingdom.
Not my
He's
kingdom
the one who
anymore.
bailed me out. Well, he's the bastard that bailed me out, so...
You mean Tull, right? Not Tafton.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Just... If I told you I could deal with him, would that help? Or do you need him for something?
Tafton? At all.
Tull. I can't do anything about Tafton. Tafton's well guarded. If that's what you're supposed to do, is to kill Tafton. I probably put some thought into it. Do you tell the rest of the group about this?
No, because how do you tell an entire group of people that you've been spying on them for the last 3 weeks?
Probably the same way that Ren told him. Look, I want to help. If you want me to take care of something, I can take care of it. Tull's already been a thorn in my side, along with a few other members of that damn council. If I could help it, I'd take them all out if I could. As far as Renard, I can help, but I can't do it on my own. It requires planning, requires time, and realistically a contingency plan. So, this is a... Good.
I don't need Toll.
You'll
I need a pardon for Nelithir. Without it, I'm dead. So.
What about your sister?
My sister can't save me. She would have already if she had.
Okay. He spends some time thinking. Kind of plays around with his sword a little bit. Doing his little pondering thing when he passes and he kind of curls his hair. His usual niche thing. Alright. Hypothetically. If I could get you a pardon. To get back into Nelithir. Do you want to go back to Nelithir, or do you just want to make sure you're not being hunted?
Both.
Okay.
I'd like to see my mother again.
Okay. And theoretically, it's the only thing that Tull's doing for you, so you wouldn't need him. So, if I told you I could get this for you, would you leave all this? Or would you take her with you?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. I'd take all of them.
Okay.
But I don't think you're going to have any luck convincing King Juvenile to spare his ex-lover.
Let me deal with that. Give me... Give me 3 months. I'll contact you. This isn't any overnight stuff. It's gonna take some time. Can't guarantee I'll have it done by then. But for me to do this right, I'm gonna have to do this on my own with a few partners that I'm used to dealing with. If this is what you want, and you can promise me that you can convince her to leave this life in the rear end, I'll do whatever I can.
I'll do everything I can to protect her. That's a promise.
Okay. If, for some reason, that piece of crap decides to come for her, she has a blade that I gave her. It'll work just as well on him as it will of any of us. Make sure she has it.
I will.
Just walks closer, puts his hand on your shoulder. Look, all bullshit out of the side. I know you and I go back and forth, but I appreciate this. This isn't just scratch your back kind of situation. I care about you as well. I don't want you being this either. So, just hang on. I'll let you know in a few months. So he lets go and walks away.
Stay safe.
You as well. You just see him lift up his hood. Just take out his sword and do his usually cut against the air. As you can see him enter into some kind of forest. And leaves.
I will wait a few minutes.
Okay.
Look around, make sure no one else has made an approach. Look back up at the bird. Start walking back.
Okay.
How long has it been?
About half an hour.
Okay. I will do my best to very quietly walk in and slip the stone back into Dahlia's bag.
Okay, stealth check, please.
Boy.
I didn't want to interrupt the RP, but I rolled a perception check for my bird, and I rolled a 19, so that's a 22, just to see what the fuck they would pick up out of whatever
Okay.
is going.
Oh boy.
So yes, please roll a stealth.
Yeah,
Oh
one.
no. Oh no.
So, as you
Oh,
come in the
no.
room, it's a series of unfortunate events. You slowly close the door, and maybe seasonal allergies or something like that. You just all of a sudden just kind of get this jolt of you have to sneeze, and as you do, it goes out too loud, and you actually slam the door. And in the process, you almost slip and fall backwards. Everyone's awake. Yeah.
Ren literally rolls up from sleeping, rapier out, pointed toward Kaju. What is wrong?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Good lord, what is wrong with you?
2 left hooves?
Clearly.
Is the stone hidden away, or can I see it?
You can see it. Well, okay. Give me a perception check to see if you actually would have noticed that it's there. You're looking at Gaju. Gaju might have dropped it somewhere.
Can I also do this perception check?
Sure. Sure.
Gaiji, did you
Yeah,
have it in your?
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you still have it in your hand, or did you tuck it away somewhere?
I honestly feel like if I had only just gotten in the door, I wouldn't have pulled it out yet.
Okay. So it would have
To
been.
be honest,
Okay. All right. So you
One.
look.
21 is my
21.
perception check.
Okay.
I-
Okay. Just give me, Gadget, if you want to keep it concealed, just give me a, well, let's see, you technically already built a spell check.
But
Just-
what about us? Can I assist him on a sleight of hand check?
Oh, to make sure? Sure. Yeah, you can do a sleight of hand check. Gadget can give me a sleight of hand check with advantage to try to make sure that it's fully concealed from Dahlia's eyes. And then slip it in.
I would like to point out I do have a passive perception of 17.
Okay.
He fucked it up anyway.
So
That's an 8.
even with some help,
Ooh.
you like try to very gallantly try to move in to get the stone in, but like maybe the bag moved during the fall and you're trying to find it at that point. It just like looks weird that you're like trying to like look around the place to try to find it, and it looks just like way weird until it obviously notices that you have a stone in your hand. But unless Dahlia decides to investigate, doesn't know if it's the stone.
Gotcha.
Honestly, she woke up from this nightmare, right? So that nightmare is still kind of going on in her head.
Yeah, I mean, like the nightmare would have like it would have like ended like right when you were forced to wake up.
That's going to be running through her mind.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I put my shades on. Sorry.
Conspiracy never ends.
The conspiracy never ends.
There's drama around every corner.
She just raises an eyebrow at him, but unfortunately, Gaiju sneaking off and doing secretive shit is nothing new. So
Absolutely true.
she's not going to feel the need to investigate, especially with if I rolled an 11, she's probably not going to feel the need to investigate further. She's just going to assume he's doing sus shit, and she's still a little
Just gonna let it be.
sad.
Sure. Okay. All right.
It's also that she's a little upset still that no one's told her anything. So she's just going to quietly look at him and then lay back down and roll over.
Okay.
I'm going to pick it up, put it in my pocket like it was mine.
What is this, past the stone? This is mine!
I'm not trying to. I'm just deflecting.
Friend's a real
Fair
one.
enough.
If you can't,
What a wingman.
If you can't have a
Right.
wingman, what can you have?
Wingman,
just-
'cause
they're-
Ren.
They're just exactly. Thank you. I love bird puns. Extra points for anyone who gives me bird puns.
Always.
I lift my eyebrow at Gaju, and I put my arm out for my bird to come back, and we have a telepathic bond, so I assume when it merges back into my body that I get a really quick, not necessarily thorough, but if talking to my familiar could get a thorough description of what happened, but I see Silic in my mind's eye, and I lift an eyebrow at him, and I just go, remember what my offer was? Which was to talk to me whenever you wanted, is the insinuation. And I just sit back down and pull my cloak up over me, waiting for the sun to come up.
Okay. And who'd you tell that to?
Got you.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's not gonna do anything about it right now because he's embarrassed as hell. I don't know. What's Apollo doing right now?
Muting my mic because the train was going by. No, he's actually, as you guys are all kind of just having this like moment of conversation and slapstick and internal monologue amongst each other. He's actually just like sitting there like on the edge of the bed, like wings kind of down and just kind of like being the quiet wolf like wallfly because no one pays attention. And he's just staring at both of you, and you see him just kind of like puts his boots on.
The fucking creepers, the two of
he-
us.
and he stands
we
up.
haven't done anything.
And he starts walking, and he walks between the two of you and stops for just a second. And just kind of goes, you know, I want to believe that this group is better than what I'm used to and what I know. He kind of looks over at both of you and just goes, I'm starting to have questions. She deserves better, and looks right at Gaiju, and then walks out.
In his mind, he's gonna hear Gaiju's voice. Or, yeah. You're right, she does.
And then he
Yeah,
hears
we're all
back.
she's got.
You hear back, then be better, be honest, and closes the door behind him with mage hand.
Mage hand slam.
You see him walking down the boardwalk thing next to the rooms away.
Okay.
I cast message to Gaiju since now Dahlia's not looking at us and he's not in the room. Apollo's not in the room anymore either, and I go, not worried about her, are you?
What happened last night?
I heard what you said. Well, they did, so now what? Sorry, wasn't intending for it to be for you, but you let it happen, so I assume you don't care.
You already know more than the rest of them.
He had a point, you know. I'm still alive and I told them.
I already have a lot of people wanting me dead. I'd rather they not to.
He put so much faith in them. Really? They all seem to be pretty fond of you, in my opinion. They've been through a lot. Because of you. They could have walked away when they dealt with your sister. And many other times. But they all haven't. I need your help. Don't get me wrong, and we have a mutual interest. Council member to council member. Cleric seems to know a lot about that. But you do have a choice to leave if you want. Sounds like he could manifest your destiny for you. I don't think I'll be so lucky. If you want my help for whatever that is, in respect for the arm of friendship that you have all shown me, I'll give it to you. But I still have to see through what I'm here for, regardless of what you choose. I don't expect you to follow me. If you have a way out, you should take it. No one forced me to do this. I chose it for myself. Because it's what I believe in. But you have to decide what you believe in. Outside of everything that you're being forced to do or told to do. You have to decide who you are. You can't help her if you don't know that. I learned that the hard way. Let them in a little bit. Maybe just once. She deserves the truth, whatever it is. And whatever you saw, whatever's haunting you right now, the look that I recognize. You don't have to deal with it by yourself.
I know.
You said you would take them all with you. Well, you have to make them want to go, don't you? Trust them. They trust you for whatever fucking reason. It doesn't come along every day, you know.
I let someone into my life once. Look where it got me.
I heard that too. Darcy. Sorry that it went that way. I cannot imagine leaving and returning home to find that, and then being accused of whatever did happen. But that's behind you now. Very far behind you.
Did you say saucy?
I sure did.
Damn it. I'm sorry. I was not expecting that. I'm just too serious here. I'm sorry.
Mute your mic! Rewind. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's awful to lose someone that you care about, even more so for no one to even know about it. You can't change anything about that now. They're dead. And you're alive. And so are all of they for now. So if you said you would do whatever it takes, then what does that look like to you? Whatever it is. I told you you had my blade, didn't I? I meant it. For country. And because you didn't deserve what happened.
Oh, did you?
Appreciate that. But it wasn't your fault. And neither is any of this. But what are we going to do about it? They can't lead you. You can't lead them if you don't tell them the truth. Do you want to guide them out of perdition, or do you want them to die? It has to be on their terms. And if they believe in the cause, then they will do what is necessary for them. But you can't decide that for them. And they can't consent to it without the information. They aren't your children. They aren't your charges. They're your family.
One step at a time.
As long as you're taking them. I look over at Dahlia. Since I've been literally casting message back and forth to have this conversation.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably can detect that y'all are having some weird side conversation.
For sure. Absolutely, because we're just.
I just hear breathing.
Lots of breathing. Got you specific breathing that he does when he's being shysty. I cast Mage Hand, pull the Sending Stone out of my pocket, and wiggle it at Gaju, and then I'm gonna Sleight of Hand it back into Dahlia's bag. And I have Mage Hand Legerdemain, so it's invisible. And I'm gonna roll a Sleight of Hand, which is really good. 24. Put it away.
Alright, cool. It is put away.
Just ask for my help next time.
I'm not even gonna respond.
Ren genuinely laughs out loud at Gaju rolling his eyes at them.
As the conversation comes to an end, he's actually gonna walk up to Dahlia, and gently place like a hand on her shoulder. Hey, how you doing?
He's going to immediately excuse themselves from the room.
Really? She turns over and there are tears in her eyes because, once again, I think she can tell that people are having private conversations right in front of her, and that stings a little bit. She doesn't say anything.
She's laying on the bed right now?
Mhm.
Okay. He'll get down, like, on his knees beside and just kind of, like, lean up against. A lot happened last night. You can be angry all you want. I mean, not telling you things. I'm still processing them. And I wish there were easy ways to tell you. But please know that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that you're alright. That you will be alright. Even if I can't tell you right away. Gladdolin was right. I'll be by your side as long as I can. Whether that be death that takes me away, or because you send me away.
I don't want to do that. They just... Did I do something?
Not at all, dear. It's not you. It's the gods and their fuckery, and some things that I think Zephyr and I shouldn't have seen. I'm a mess, and you're a mess. And this whole group is a mess.
A little bit. Is it something I should know?
I'll tell you in time. But maybe right now, be careful. Or no.
Or
Dog ruining the moment.
What's the matter, human? Why are you upset?
I will make it better, human.
Yes. Fuck, what was I saying?
She asked if it was something she should know.
Oh, right. Things will be alright. I hope. But for now, trust me. We'll get there.
Okay. I trust you. And she's going to pull him into a hug because she needs one so bad.
He'll give her a really tight hug back. And hold her until she finally lets go. When she eventually does, he'll place a very soft and very brief kiss on top of her head, and then he'll stand. Come on. The others are waiting on us, and I think you could use some breakfast.
I'll try. I feel empty. Gladdolin, I don't know what to do right now. You can see she's still pretty torn up about it.
one step at a time.
She nods, and she takes his hand, and then she gestures for him to lead on.
When when Ren left the room, they immediately went looking for Apollo. Is he around?
He is actually up on the roof of the building, just like sitting with his feet dangling off in the direction of whichever way the sun is at that point, whether it be with the stairs or not.
I'd also say at this
Sitting up there.
point, the other room has had their full rest and now are waking up. If they weren't already awake.
I use dope monk shit to quickly get to the roof of this building.
Dope monk shit has happened!
Parkour.
Parkour!
And I just gently light on the roof next to Apollo, and I slide down onto my butt, and I look over at him.
Just keep staring at the sun.
Don't ask me why I'm doing this. And I pull my glove off.
Side eye, kind of just over.
I don't let you touch me because I don't want you to die. That's why. The thing that killed my family is going to kill me. It's too late for me to be cured. I don't know a way for it to be done.
Uh-oh.
Pause for Ben's emergency.
Yep.
I should be good. Keep going.
Okay. I don't think I can be cured. I don't know of a way for it to be done. But I'm not really just here for me. You know that I'm not from New Everett. The reason that I'm here is because I want to stop the war. And that girl sleeping in Dira's bed, I want to protect her too. I can't tell you why. It's not my place. She doesn't know. And it's not my place. But she needs it. She needs me, and she needs all of us. In the right hands, she is just a girl. In the wrong ones, she is a weapon. Just like the rest of us, but worse. All I can do is stay alive for as long as I can. To try and see that through for as long as I can. You can hate me for not telling you anything, and that's fine. But I'm not doing it to hurt you. All things come in time, whether it be death or stories or whatever it is. Just have patience with me. With us, we're all stumbling in the dark. You demand a lot of perfection from people who have no example to draw on. But I like you. I genuinely do. I think that you are a spark in this world. Don't let them break you. And maybe just try to forgive me for not being forthright. It's not in my nature. But I promise least a bit. For you.
Yeah, he kind of reaches up and like takes his glasses off and starts kind of like his shirt and starts rubbing them, and just kind of. I don't fault anybody, and I don't think anyone's perfect. I don't begin to understand a lot of what's going on with everyone here. So much that of and have only pictured in my mind as fantasy and story, and I appreciate you telling me about your hand and not touching me, I guess. But that's not the problem that I have been seeing lately. When I first met everybody, they were so welcoming, and I don't know, I guess I don't trust my gut a lot, and this time I did, and it seemed right. It seemed appropriate. They all looked after me and generally seemed to care, and they do.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all, but I think you're underestimating the way that trauma shapes people. They are good. They are family. You are never wrong about that.
And Ren, if you had let me finish, I'd have gotten there. You tend to be... Let me put it this way, Ren. I feel like you're the kind of person sometimes that would skip a few chapters to see what's going on ahead. And it's a journey that I've learned with books, that you have to take each page and each word one at a time to see what's happening. Not have all the information at once. And that's all I'm asking everybody, is to be the light in the darkness, to help guide each other. I'm not looking for a miracle, and I'm not looking for everyone to, I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's about being upfront and honest with the people you care about and helping them get through those hardships of what's coming. And if you can shed some light on that, then that's what needs to be. But I know that's not going to happen in a day, and I know people aren't going to just change. It's everyone's nature, who they are, I guess. But I appreciate your kind words, and you know, maybe they are what they are, and they're honest, and I want to believe that they are. But it's been a rough few days, and I didn't realize how much I'm used to being alone, and now being around people, it's a little more taxing than I expected. So I don't know. I'm gonna go see if I can find some tea or something, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. And he kind of just leans forward and like lets his wings pop open, and he glides to the ground, and you see him start walking off towards where food would probably be.
Okay.
I put my glove back on, and I hop back onto the balcony from the roof and hop down and wait for everyone to come out.
Is Zephynia and Dira on the way down?
I was thinking probably about time to get up. This morning, Dira is going to be very quiet, and you will see dark circles under her eyes, and that's it for now.
Can I notice anything on her neck? If I get up?
Would you have taken care of it at this point, or would you have just let it just kind of do its let it sit there? Like, would you like the
what was left after Treya healed it?
Yeah, I mean, there would still been a little bit of a wound. Like, she didn't heal it all the way. She at least was able to take care of some of it. But would you have taken care of anything else added to that?
Yeah, just because it would cause people to ask questions that aren't us.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a way that I can do it with lay on hands, or just put arrange my shirt to cover it or something.
Okay. So yeah, you don't notice it.
I'm gonna just kind of slowly and quietly get ready to head down with Dira as well, because I'm still trying to process everything that happened yesterday, so I'm not very talkative.
Okay. Gotcha.
I assume we've probably gone out and are like leaning on the railing, waiting for everyone else to come out.
Okay.
Probably. I'm following your lead.
For once, I wasn't up at the crack of dawn to do my exercises.
That's how you know shit's real.
It was a late night.
It was a late night.
Very late night.
I manifest my familiar again, but this time it looks healthy, like a normal bird.
Okay.
And it hops onto Treya's shoulder when she comes out.
Okay. By the time she comes out, then yeah, it would have. She like wasn't necessarily falling asleep at that point. Once she woke up, she kind of just closed her eyes and just kind of waited for other people to get up. You know, like that anxious. So it's like, I'm not gonna wake up yet. I'm gonna wait for other people to wake up, kind of thing like that. But yeah, she just like looks at it. It's like, oh, look at you. Starts playing around with your little bird. But I assume you guys are all up outside.
I look at Zephinia when she comes out. What is her appearance any different other than just very quiet and...
Unless you did anything different, no. There's no difference. Unless Zephinia did anything different, no. Nothing different.
Just very quiet and still kind of sad.
Does she make eye
Ish.
contact at all?
No.
Awkward.
Boy, we are all in a mood this morning.
So, who wants pocket pancakes?
Always.
Come
Choose
on.
something with
Would be
protein,
good.
please.
Protein.
We'll get you some sausage and bacon.
Better.
I just think tea's okay
Or
for now.
breakfast sandwich.
Do they have sandwiches here? Seems like luxury.
Look at Gaiju being the supportive one over here.
What a concept.
What a twist.
I'm so here.
The biggest
for
twist of the whole session.
Just call him Oliver.
All right, ladies, let's go.
I see what you did.
And he's just gonna start like dragging them down to breakfast, wherever the fuck that is.
Okay.
Let's go, lesbians. Let's go.
I see... Go ahead.
There is no actual breakfast being served anywhere out here. It looks like everybody's just kind of fend for themselves. None of the businesses are open quite yet. It looks like they're only open up later in the afternoon.
Looks like we're going fishing.
I raid the galley on the ship.
I forgot we have a
Yeah.
ship.
We can go
Absolutely.
check on the ship.
Hi, Aura.
Hopefully Cindy hasn't burnt it down by now.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello, bye-bye.
Yeah, be flipper.
Well,
Yes, people are looking
I love
at you.
Woman. I love you. I love
Well, not the headphones. Hey.
How's Dira
Yeah, we can
acting?
do.
Just very quiet. Much quieter than usual,
That's
for
my
sure.
mouse.
I'll shift over to her. I assume we're walking to the ship right now.
Yeah, if that's where you guys are going, sure.
I'll slip over beside her and just go, thank you for your help last night. Are you okay?
Not really.
Did something happen?
I don't know if something happened. I don't know exactly what it was. The Shadow One tried to pretend she was whole. She thinks she don't need help. She's wrong.
So she visited you again?
Not quite like last time, but we're no picnic.
She didn't, like, try to hurt you, did she?
Try? No. I kind of show her the... I don't think she could... I'm not sure, but I don't think she could really do damage. Or maybe she didn't want to, I don't know.
Do you have bruises on your neck? And that's damage?
Yeah, well, it could have been a lot more. And I feel like
Dear, are you
stopped
are you sure? But are you sure this is safe? I understand what you're trying to do,
It's not.
but I'm worried.
I'm sure it's not.
But you're going to keep trying? Or
I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance. She sure ain't listening. Other pieces of her? Guess we'll see. Didn't really expect it from that one. Don't know why she came.
did she offer you anything?
She kept saying she did. She kept saying she was, but never real clear about it. Then she got all mad and said, "There's only going to be few left, and you might have been one of them." That ain't going to be the way it is. If it is, I don't think I want to be one of them anyway.
Yeah, well. Being one of them is not worth everything you put on the line for, I can tell you that. I just want you to be careful. And I
didn't ask for her to come. If she shows up again, well, guess she... I don't know.
You can cast her
It's
out,
like I made it.
right?
I made it real clear. She ain't the god I swore to.
Would I know if paladins can have that connection to their god the way that I would as a cleric? Feeling that connection?
You assume there's a similarity, but not exactly.
Okay.
You would probably assume, especially since you both kind of did a little bit before your journey here, that it might be more, maybe more arcane with you, but a little bit more kind of knightly with her, in a simple sense, without getting too much in detail. But yeah, you can assume that, you know, with the disconnection, it might affect both of you, but it does have a different
Feeling.
Yeah.
Do you still feel connected to her right now? You know.
I don't know. It wasn't... I heard you talk about it sometimes, that you felt it all the time. That ain't ever been the way. It's just... what I needed to do was there when I needed it. Whether it will be now? Guess depends on where it comes from. She sure ain't too happy with me. Don't think I want her to be.
It just may be safer if you cut the cord, you know. Maybe she won't visit you if you do it officially, you know.
Don't know how much more official it could be. I kind of threw it in her face. She ain't... the Shadow One, she ain't...
What we wish
I
she
don't know.
was.
I guess they're connected to... Are they connected to each other? It's hard to say. I didn't
It
feel
seems
it
like
with...
one way or another.
I didn't feel it with Luna. And then... I I ain't never had, what you told me about the queen. I ain't never seen her. Except that time that we were in the palace and didn't notice anything then.
I pray you never have to meet her. She's a mess.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Just
Just
let me know if anything happens.
Of course.
Just want to make sure that you are okay.
Much as I can be, I guess. I spoke my mind. She didn't much like it. We'll see from there.
Could I do any healing to get any remaining marks off of her neck? Would spells do that?
Yeah, I mean, cure wounds. I mean, you're physically curing her, so
Okay.
yeah, you could apply cure wounds.
Do you want... I hold out my hand and there's little sparks of cure wounds on it.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was already kind of like not damaging, it was just a bruise. You're able to take away the bruise.
Mhm.
And any kind of remnants of any kind of tightness or pain is now subsided.
Thank you.
Do I notice anything different when I use cleric magic?
You can give me
Right
either an
away.
insight or an arcana check on yourself.
We're gonna do insight because I'm so gosh darnly good at that. Epic 27.
You definitely felt, even though it was a very small, simple spell, you definitely felt like you took from a well of power that usually replenished itself, and now has nothing to refill it.
I hold my hand and look at that and go, or think about that and go, may have to be a little sparing on the healing.
You alright?
I don't have a lot left.
Well,
That's something I can't really put on the back burner either. But
long enough to get some food in you anyway.
one step at a time.
Right. Everything. One step at a time. That's how everything happens. Whether we like it or not. Oh man, that bacon sounds good. Let's go.
As you all start getting together to take what you have for food, I'm assuming you go to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
On your way there, you notice that you kind of have to hurry up. About this time, it's getting already closer. Not there yet, but you're getting closer to midday more than just the morning itself. You do see that there are a procession of soldiers that got up early that are already lining up to do something. You see in front of them a different general than the one that introduced the whole lot of you yesterday is now standing in front. She doesn't request for everyone to be there, but it looks like she's taking account of who's reporting earlier and who's not. As you see a you see what looks like a female elf, very tan skin, maybe a wood elf, green hair, looks possibly druidic in nature. She's holding a couple crystal daggers, so she's kind of waiting for something to happen, and she keeps spinning them around as 10, then 12, and 15 people are starting to get up there as maybe someone's taking the hint and just waiting in front of her. But you start heading to your ship.
I guess we better be fast.
Yep, guess so.
I follow.
Okay.
How's the ship looking?
Is it still there?
The ship is still there. It is currently right now. Not everybody's on it. Some people have decided to make their way around the part of town that some of the people can actually go to, which is still very limited. Some people are cleaning the main deck. Some people have taken their shift to sleep on their in their specific spots. Currently, right now, it looks like Arthur is kind of running over to different spots, occasionally making sure that everything is going down copacetically downstairs, while also running around and making sure people are doing their tasks that are reported to him, as far as cleaning or making sure that everything in the boat. Currently, right now, Mala is actually cleaning like the outside of the boat at the bottom. Everybody's kind of just doing their own task and kind of minding their own business.
All right. I guess bid them a quick morning and head down to the kitchens. I'm not much of a cook, but I will help as best I can.
Okay. So you help throw together some food with the kitchen cook on hand. Are you making anything exquisite, or are you just quick throwing up together some bacon and some pancakes?
I'm showing up down there with Gaju, and I'm gonna start making this thing that he's probably had, like, just the most, like, peasant-ass hand bread that is really common in Nelithir, that, like, would immediately be something that he would recognize.
Okay.
And just make it quietly next to him, and then just shove some toward him. Like, I finish some, like a fry bread kind of thing, and then just shove some over to him.
You see him immediately perk up. Thank you.
You have to keep the small things.
The small things. Indeed.
I just carry a big stack of it, like, back up to the party.
Okay. So you all have some bread. Any other food that was made, or was it just the bread?
Probably some like sausage and stuff, or
So some breakfast
I don't know,
meats.
whatever everybody likes.
Okay. So you make some bread and some meats, and you're able to, depending on if you want to take your time or rush it, it's up to you. But you're able to.
I
at least
definitely
make it-
try the fry bread. It is amazing.
Take little pieces. I'm numb.
I
As-
pick at it, just enough so no one complains.
As at this point, as you're eating, you start noticing that anybody who kind of was on the same path as you, where it's like, well, I'm gonna head back to my ship and do some stuff. They start noticing that something's going on, and some of them start to take the hint and start making their way over to the druid.
Guess we better go. Nope.
Start making our way
Okay,
not
so
downtown.
as the group starts heading their way over to, basically, she's standing by the entrance to the harbor port. As about 75% of the crew, everybody's there. She's going around, she's flipping dagger, looking around. About 5 minutes after you're all there, it's like, well, if anybody's late, they're late. She straightens up her blades and keeps balancing them. Welcome, everyone. Congratulations on anybody who's this is his first tour. For any of you who is doing this your second or third time, I applaud you. Thank you for giving up your time, your strength, and your blade. For any of you who don't know me, I am General Alina Tavaska. I will guide you your way over to the tower, and I'll be your commander for today. A few things about myself, so I don't have any questions. First off, I don't like fucking questions. So, Yes, I'm an elf. Yes, I'm a druid. Anybody who decides to play any pranks, I'll fuck you up. Let's just get that out of the way as well. This is a serious job, and I expect you all to take it as such. That building back there, that is a prized possession of the Averant Kingdom. When you go in there, you go in there with respect. You've all been promoted to his position of honor. I expect you all to walk in there knowing that. Your rooms will be such as they will be in the same position as they are now. You'll be coming over here every night to get your rest, with the exceptions of whenever you're on duty. Due to the effect of the war right now, we're going to get right into it. So, Seal Toe, as she starts walking her way up the hill, start making her way over to the top, to the building. Almost everyone starts to follow. Everybody kind of keeps quiet, kind of like almost intimidated by her, like, let's not fuck with her, kind of thing. As she keeps tossing her crystalline daggers in her hands as she keeps walking, staying perfectly positioned and walking with posture and not making a sound.
Guess we're following.
As you start going up the hill, making your way through, she doesn't even say anything. Guards that are holding the gates open it up for all of you. By the time that all of you pass, if no one makes it, they are stuck on the other side. You pass through about 3 layers of gates, making your way all the way up to the top level, heading to your spot where the ground itself gets to almost kind of like a muddy red texture. Unsure if this is specifically a land this always was, or if they mess with some kind of terrain around here to build this on here. But you can definitely see spots where some of the ground was manipulated with to allow a more flatter base. Compared to the soldiers that were on guard on the outside, you see a new set of soldiers here. These soldiers that are on guard are a mixture of different kind of foot soldiers that you used to be before you promoted the freelancers. They're still wearing their helms, they still got their swords, they still got their standard blues and browns on. But they look like they have a certain insignia on them that allows them to stay positioned here as a certain kind of... They're not freelancers, but they are maybe the guardians of this building. As the doors open, compared to anything you've been before, this building, this structure, this mausoleum of sorts is more arcane energy than just stone and soot. As she walks the door, Emily just looks at the guards as they each take her hand, which they have some kind of glove on, as they just push at the door, and the door itself just turns into electricity as it just evaporates away. As all it was just a stone structure that just disappears and reappears. She keeps walking without saying anything, assuming that people are behind her. She's not even looking back at anybody. If anybody falls behind, they fall behind. You eventually enter into this large building that is almost fully arcane, but twisted in a sort. You see a version of magic that you've maybe never seen before, and if you have, it's quite rare. The same kind of magic that is used to make the rare weapons of firearms. This is a mixture of sorcery and the newly developed tech that has entered into this world. As the building itself almost acts like a live arcane generator. Lights moving across the walls as if signals are entering in like a phone signal, transferring all the way over to a different spot. You notice that this is not individual rooms. But basically 3 large giant rooms all connect with very small corridors in between. As you first enter in, you enter into a large lobby. 100 feet high. 200 feet wide. This area is definitely not meant for comfort, but there are chairs everywhere. They are those kind of chairs you go to at hotels. They're not meant there for you to really be comfortable to sit in, but they look pretty. As Alina just turns around and looks at you. Make yourself comfortable. I will go alert the director that you all have arrived. And we'll figure out who's missing. We'll take it from there. She merely turns around and heads out. There's about 10 soldiers that are guarding the area here. They're all just minding their own business. Just like taking a corner, even though there's only one door the way you came in, and another door that leads into the next room. You do see sparks, lightning and electricity firing off in the next room. It almost is so bright you can almost see it kind of glow past walls. As almost every inch of the inside is almost like a thin layer of white marble wall. Everything is perfectly pristine. Almost to the 100% OCD-ness. There's no crack in the walls. There's no deformation. Everything is smooth, perfectly linear. This is like a dream house for somebody that wants everything to be perfectly square. Everything is measured exactly to the T. Eventually, the electricity stops. You see Alina coming out with a couple soldiers by her, along with the general you met from the previous day, General Karvik, the human, barbarian-ish looking man. Behind you see a human, male, wearing what looks like a long, gray, almost formal coat. Blue and teal suit jacket underneath, long black trousers, high black boots, very formal, but still has a style of war soldier almost. Like he's was a soldier once upon a time, but then got promoted to this position. Hair properly stylized, very well trimmed facial hair, with an insignia that's just pressed on the coat. That's the insignia of Alasna, or not Alasna, of Kokopiel. As he walks up forward past the 2 generals. Welcome all. For anybody who does not know me, I am Dr. Lazard. I will be your commander, your chief, and your instructor for the time that you're here. Any missions that you have will come from me. Any orders that you will get will be by my design. A few things about me. First off, I have been a soldier before. I have my position for a reason. Second off common question is, yes, my boss is Renard, and he is still technically your boss. But, unless for some reason you gain the privilege, he will not be at your purview. Last but not least, urgency. The war has escalated. Unprecedentedly so. We were going to get you set up, we were going to get you started, but that is not the case. So, you are all in your own teams, we're going to keep it as such. So he starts pulling different groups together. Eventually starts calling off different groups to do different things. As he mentions, we have a list of things to get done. First off, Neltharians have been having a problem in the north. We need it taken care of. As he calls up a couple teams. Goliath, you're up. We're going to send you over there. They have a fort in the north. Just warm. It's quite cold up there. A couple notes to take into account. They're not just there by themselves. The Heartman Guild is also there. Deal with both. Take over the fort. You'll be sent back. If you have any questions, ask the generals. I'll prepare the portal, and we'll send each team on their way. He starts heading out. As you can see, he goes in the next room, and you can hear him yell, "Stop the device!" As you can start hearing large pulls. You start to hear sparks flying up. Very similar to the first mission you ever had, where you had to jump through a specific portal to get over to your first town. As you can hear people whispering around, it's like, man, I thought we were gonna have some more time before this. They're just throwing us right into it.
DM, did you say that they're sending us to Nelithir, or they're sending us to a place where Nelithir has a stronghold that isn't with?
They're sending you to the north, where Nelithir is actually a stronghold in. They're not actually taking you to Nelithir. They're taking you to...
Both are bad. Both are bad.
They are taking you to... Let me pull up the map. I don't think I have... do I have that map on here? Oh, I do have it on here. They are taking you to... They're taking you to Elkadai. It's the furthest north continent. It partially connects to Heartwind Kingdom. So, here. So you're heading over to the snowy continent of Elkadai. It seems like different teams are being sent off for different things. Your team is the one that's heading over in this direction. A couple other teams are heading over to Nelithir themselves to try to push some back to try to take over some of the islands that are on the outskirts of Nelithir. Some of them are staying here at Sogaria to do some training. Some of them are actually heading over to Khalid to reinforce some of the soldiers there. And then some of them are actually being sent back over to the Aegis's kingdom to actually try to there's apparently some problem over at the over at Curran's Gap.
Oh, what could that be?
I can't see the map.
Good, because I thought it was just me.
Nor I. No.
Okay, not me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
said
just
something
me,
and then I
not
realized
have
you were muted.
permission to see this.
Yeah, it's because we don't.
There it
have
is.
There we go.
vision on the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't know until someone says something.
Well, I was looking at the stream, so I could
okay.
see it. But
Yeah, me too. I started cheating.
So you'll be heading over to
that was just my
Elkadai,
computer.
the furthest north continent, connected to the Heartwind continent.
We're getting a Christmas episode
Nope.
in June.
I hate to interrupt like your planning, but I really have to go in like I don't know less than 10 minutes because I have something.
It's alright, we're almost
at,
done.
Like 11:30. So okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So we're leaving now.
Yes.
Shit.
We need clothes.
We have a lot of unresolved issues that we're just going to a new place with.
Yeah, you can see Dahlia's panicking.
Before you guys head off, assumingly they would have known what your new outfits would be. And you have been presented with your new outfits, including getting Trey into one and Apollo.
And winter gear, I assume.
I mean, if you guys required some, they would have sent you like some specific like fur coats to go with, but they wouldn't send you with like, here's a hat, here's some socks, here's some freaking overalls. Like they're only gonna send you like just like a furish kind of coat, kind of like that.
Okay.
But then as groups eventually get called in, and they keep going in there, as you can hear names like, all right, Jaberdine. As you can see a flash of light going, and a couple groups head off. Next couple groups go in. Devior. All right, Ariath, come on in. As you enter into this large room, very similar to the room that you were in the first mission, but at a grander scale. This room is a little bit bigger than the room you were just in. So this room is about 200 feet in height, about 200 feet, 300 feet wide. About 30 generators all over the place that are channeling some kind of arcane energy. You just see this large, kind of dome-shaped object in the center. As they're currently letting it steam out as it's currently filled with smoke. Alright, head on in.
Here we go.
Are we going straight into battle?
Sounds like it.
I don't have a god.
All right, quick question. Did we get a full night's full long rest or no?
Yeah.
I didn't hit long rest. Just making sure.
Can you find one as we walk?
What's that?
Oh, I'm responding to Dahlia. Okay.
Find the god as I walk. What do you want me to do? Cast sending?
I know how it works.
I can't even cast sending.
Just put out D&D Craigslist ad. Cleric, made a god. Not asking
We
for
just
much.
Amazon Prime one over real quick.
Hey, Alazna, I know that you're kind of busy, but
Ooh.
Can you hook a sister up kind of a thing?
can you hook a sister up with some
Right,
player
no
stuff?
left.
But you head
I'd
over
have
into
to.
this large dome as they close it over you, and then all of a sudden you just see this meter going down until goes down, and immediately just see this bright light come over you until you just appear within this building fort area along with all the soldiers. As what looks like a commander comes up there. Fuck, it's about time that they sent somebody. Well,
That's us.
guess should get up to it. And that's where we're gonna end it for the night.
Woo!
That
Good
was
session,
intense.
y'all.
That was a lot of intense.
Heck, I put my armor on. I'm ready for battle. Let's do this.
I don't
You're
have
ready
my new
for
armor
fires
yet.
and rescues.
Right.
So
I actually
let's
think
get
I added
behind it. I
4
don't
or
have my
5
new
things
armor
to the
yet.
conspiracy board in one session.
Yeah.
we
Good
will
job, guys.
officially now be switching to a new form of day-to-day things. Instead of we're following just every moment, every second, every day, we're actually now going to start progressing things. Because the amount of time you guys are going to have to take to do this fort is going to take more than just a couple days. So we're going to actually start moving ahead instead of every day, kind of like we're going to go more weeks and stuff. So, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the chats. Do not forget to check out the charity for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Every little bit helps. Goal is $1,000. We end at the end of the month, but we'll do more charities after that. So if you feel like you accidentally missed out, we will be doing something else. But love you all and have a nice night.